It's Saturday morning, and I'm doing my weekly activity of reading all the appellate decisions and Supreme Court decisions from the state of Illinois. Every week, I try to educate myself so I can better serve my clients. And I usually find a case that is either extremely interesting legally or extremely dramatic. And this week, I found one that is both. It is the case of Sandy Biangardi versus Michael Biangardi. Sandy and Michael are married in 1992, and Sandy's a stay at home mom for 20 something years until in 2014, Sandy files for divorce. Michael says, "This is a terrible time to file for divorce. I own all these businesses, but my two biggest clients, Motorola and Acuity, remember them? They're gone. And they represented 95% of my revenue, so I really don't have any more money." So the case goes on and on for years until Sandy is now working for $12 an hour as a cashier in a cafeteria. And meanwhile, she's talking about this lifestyle she led in the past, and she needs to be paid to continue leading that lifestyle. And Michael's saying he doesn't have any money. So in 2020, 6 years after the divorce was initially filed, the judge says, "I'm giving Sandy 2 years of maintenance, $4,500, and she can figure her life out afterwards." And I'm saying sell everything. Right after that, the judge retires, and Sandy files a motion to reopen proof, saying, "I found an article about Michael selling a race car, so there was actually secret money out there, and the proofs are reopened, and they value all the properties." Until it's 2022, and a new judge decides we're going to divorce these folks. At 2022, the case is done, but not really, because I'm talking about it here in 2025 when the appeal's finalized. So that means it's been 11 years since this case started. And the appeals court says, listen, Sandy raised Michael's family. Sandy only makes $12 an hour. She can't support herself. We're going to keep the maintenance at $4,500, but it's going to be permanent maintenance. It's not going to be just for 2 years. Well, permanent maintenance is only permanent until the payor retires. I looked up how old Michael Biangardi is. The man is 64 years old. He's going to be eligible for retirement next year. So it's not really permanent. It's basically giving an extra year, and I guess all those years since it got cut off. But was this fight worth it? That's my question. These two parties should have settled, but obviously they couldn't settle because Sandy didn't trust Michael, and Michael couldn't prove to Sandy that this is all the money he had. What they should have done is appointed a courts expert, a 503L expert, to determine exactly what assets and income Michael had to the satisfaction of Sandy, Michael, and most importantly, the court. And then they wouldn't have been in this 11-year battle. So it's a headache, and if they did have any money, I'm sure the lawyers have it all now. It's just really sad. And I feel terrible for the Biangardi family. They must have been doing well at one point, and I presume they're not doing well right now. And I'm sure there's a gigantic hole in this family financially and otherwise. So please, folks, settle or get creative and do something else that doesn't involve an 11-year he said, she said fight.